present the safetied and certified Project X 99 Honda Civic, ready to go. On today's episode, we're going to put all this into here. So just a quick recap of everything that makes up the sound system here. To start, we have the two 12-inch Infinity Kappa subwoofers. On top here we have an MTX 4004 4-channel 100 watt RMS per channel amplifier for the front and rear speakers. We have a 1 farad Stinger capacitor and a 1300 watt 2-channel Jensen amplifier for the subwoofers. Headed over here, I have the 7-inch component Kenwood speakers for the front doors with tweeters. I have a Kenwood deck that I got at Canadian Tire for clearance for $45 as it was a former display model. I'll go over the features of that later. I also got these cool 6x9 Kenwood speakers for $40 as well. I'm by no means a hardcore Kenwood guy. It just happened to work out this way as I was willing to wait for the right components to come along for a decent price. First up was the removal of the door panel, popping the old Alpine speakers out and taking out a few screws that hold everything in place. The most time-consuming part was the C-clip that holds the window crank in place. Without the proper tool, it's quite a pain in the ass to remove.
Existence is something that is spontaneous. It means that which happens of itself. Try to breathe. You've got to let go and let it happen.
With the door panels off, it was time to make room for the 7-inch speakers in the 6.5-inch hole. Using an X-Acto blade, I trimmed away all the excess plastic in order to make room for the speaker to mount properly. Right about at this step is where I managed to slice my finger quite badly, but a quick trip to the hospital 3 stitches later, and a reminder from friends to always cut towards your chums, not your thumbs. I was back in action. Speaker wire for the passenger side fed through. I had to take the seatbelt off to get the cover off, and I've been running the wires. I have the input wires run here. I was able to pop off a couple of the pieces for the heating and use the clips to hold the input wires, otherwise they would hang out the bottom. Next up was a little house cleaning work. I opted to tape everything together in an effort to prevent problems later on down the road. Four-channel amp, power will come off the capacitor into the bridge, same with the ground, and to the two amps. I've got all the component wires run. What's still left to do before I put everything in and close it up, I'm testing the speaker wires. Got the new deck in. That was a nightmare, but I'll talk more about that later. And then just wire the rear speakers in. Next up was to get rid of the old dirty Alpine speakers that came with the car that were only 2-way speakers, and pop in the 3-way Kenwoods that we got from Canadian Tire for $40. Not only do they look better, but they should sound better too. Now all that's left to do is wire them up. The final step for the rear speakers was to cut and splice on the clips to ensure a snug fit to the speaker terminals to avoid any future disconnects.